Will this Pixel 10 Pro replace my ZFold 7 as my main Android of choice? For the next 7 days, I will live with it like a normal human. I'll take photos of my fat babies, use Add Me to add me, use screen call on my wife.
Hi, I'm a Google virtual assistant. The person you're trying to reach wanted me to check if this is urgent.
Yes, it is urgent.
I let them know and they asked you to call them back later. Thanks and have a great day.
Do a day in the life battery test against the S25 Edge. Oh, wrong phone. Against the S25 Edge. I'll play a PS4 level game on it to see if it blows up. And see if any of this AI stuff is actually useful in the real world. But first, I got my fat babies to do the unboxing.
아하! 내 길을 잡아야지.
What are you guys doing? By the way, Joy can read now. What does this say?
Pixel 10 Pro.
Guys, my kids are sleeping right now, but straight off the bat, this does not feel like any other Android phone I've used. It not only feels like an iPhone in the hand, like the hardware, but even the software. It's like they really went in and paid very careful attention to the little things. This Material 3 Expressive for Android 16 on the Pixel, I really like it as an iPhone user. Like, I actually think their primary goal was how the hell do we switch these iPhone guys over to Android? This is it. They're trying to be the iPhone of Android. I reckon this is how the Pixel 10 Pro development meeting went down. So guys, the strategy of making the Google Pixel just like the iPhones have actually worked. You know what that means? We ate Apple's lunch. So I've actually gone out and interviewed some of these Apple fans to just do some market research. I'll play the tape. Hey bro, what do you like about your iPhone? Oh, it's just the vibes, man. The vibes. MagSafe. The corner radius is like just perfect. Oh man. Just look at it, like multitasking. Oh bro, the vibes is just... Oh, and the haptics. Oh, the haptics is so good. Oh, out of this world. Can your Android phone do that? No Android phone can do that. All right team, let me know what we should add.
Let's double down on animations and haptics.
Done.
We should add MagSafe.
Done.
We could keep the design the same for 3 years.
Just like Apple. Yes.
I mean, we could increase the performance.
Did you just say higher performance? These guys don't even know what Geekbench is, all right? They just need TikTok and a camera app. You're fired, mate. Get out. Go join Apple or Samsung. This guy, he wants to make the Tensor chip faster. What an idiot. Okay, jokes aside, the fact that I went out and bought this Pixel 10 Pro not to review, but to actually see if it can replace this incredible ZFold 7. So to some people, it makes absolutely no sense to downgrade. It is a downgrade. That says a lot about the Pixel. If you don't know, I personally have a soft spot for the Pixel devices because when I got the Pixel 8 as an iPhone user at the time, it was the first time I thought, wow, Androids can be polished and actually feel good to use.
Holy, the haptics! The iPhone has the best haptics in the world, but this, I think, is better.
Everything feels refined.
So the reason why I actually chucked this in the bin is because I actually had proper hardware issues. It will drop calls. It had battery issues. It had overheating issues. I'm pretty sure they would have solved a lot of the issues. Let's start with the real world battery test by doing a day in the life. And I thought it'd be fun to compare it with the S25 Edge. Now, it's not a fair comparison because this is super thin and it only has a 3900 milliamp hour battery, whilst this thing has a 4870 milliamp hour battery. It should at minimum be better than this, right? Let's go. Good morning, humans.
Good morning.
So I'm gonna go get my first Pixel Watch today. Normally I start these tests at 5 something when I hit the gym, but today I slept in. So I have heard that the Pixel Snap or whatever, the MagSafe on the Pixel phones are actually more powerful than the iPhone. So let's actually see and tell me which one you think is stronger.
It's about the same.
What's your thoughts on this? How good is it?
Oh, it's very thin. I
It's
love it.
very thin.
Very light.
So when you put this on your phone, just put this on your phone, okay, and then put it in your pocket. And it's actually, you can't really feel it. By the way, these guys are sponsoring this video.
Oh, really?
Last minute. So love them. All right, cool. Thanks, honey. I don't like using cases because it makes the phone bulky. So I went out and found the slimmest MagSafe power bank, even slimmer than this phone. This Torras power bank is so slim, you can charge your phone on the go via MagSafe and then slip it into your pocket without it bulging out of your pants. Go check these products out. I'll leave them in the description. It does help the channel. Now back to the vlog. Ridiculous hair? Amazing hair. So we dropped off the fat babies in the morning.
Good morning, humans.
I've made YouTube run for the last, 20 minutes on both phones, and they're both at 96%. I'm gonna go pick up wife to buy my Pixel Watch today. Oh, what's up, MagSafe? That feels mad. We did a quick charge pit stop on the way and grabbed a coffee can.
Complete transaction.
Then finally got to the second-hand store to buy the Pixel Watch. Let's see what they got here. Oh wow, look at this! This shop was epic. It had many old school tech products. I'm so glad this isn't close to my house. I even almost bought this old school Canon film camera, but I stuck with the mission and bought the used Pixel Watch 2 only. I then looked up a nice local cafe near the area to grab lunch with wife. 6%. 20 minutes of charging, that's very slow, and we're still charging at a rate of 0.5 watts. My goodness. We found a hidden gem called Kiss and Drop Cafe. You want to pay? Just like an iPhone. It was about 12:20 p.m. The Pixel had 82% and the Edge had 80%, both doing about an hour and 20 minutes of screen on time. Wife and I got some work done here. I took some photos. Then we did an Add Me shot, which is still our favorite Pixel AI feature to date. It looked like I set up some secondhand gadget store at this cafe. I set up my Pixel Watch and then we headed back. Samsung just messaged me about the Flip 7. I think they saw my video. Oh! I don't even bring the phone now because I'm so scared I'm going to smash it again. But here it is, here's the Flip. Can you see that? Smash there, see that corner? Okay, just reporting on battery real quick. We're sitting at 1 hour and 40 minutes of screen on time on both the S25 Edge and the Pixel. And they're both on 67%. The Edge has done 1 more minute of screen on time. I partnered with Torras for this video and they also sent me a 67 watt fast charge power brick with a built-in retractable USB-C plug. This can also fast charge your phone to 65% in only 30 minutes. The Torras Flexline is a everyday carry for me now. You can conveniently plug it in and just pull out the USB-C to charge your devices without having to find a cable. Since it's GaN technology, it is a low temperature charger brick that's slightly bigger than your AirPods. Now, back to the vlog. My wife went to pick up the girls whilst I got some work done at home. I then heard loud noises outside, so I decided to investigate. What the heck? There's a random shoe on the floor. Where'd they go? Did they go in here? They literally went to someone's house. Hi David, how are you? Sorry for just smashing into your house.
No, don't worry.
Catch you soon.
Have a good one, man.
Okay, you too.
Oh, we gotta take you to Korean barbecue. After taking photos indoor of very fast running fat babies. Wow, they were running and it got that really well. We then played some board games before bed, and then I secretly watched YouTube on 2 devices under the blanket till they fell asleep. Let's go check the final batteries on both of them. I've done a freaking cracking job to literally get this screen on time to like equal. Okay, you know how hard it is, mate? Pick up the Pixel, message, 3 messages, and then I've got to pick up this. You know how hard it is to do that? Yeah, 4 hours, 18 minutes screen on time for the Pixel, 4 hours and 23 minutes of screen on time. Yeah, they're both 36, 35, so I'm surprised at how much the Pixel improved since day one. Day one was garbage. But yeah, but it only took what, 4 days, 5 days, and then the battery just, I don't know, it sorted itself out. I know the night was over, but just to see how the phones would go whilst I was editing anyway, I just cycled through some random ass apps on the 2 phones till like 11:20 p.m. 5 hours 28 minutes on the Pixel, 5 hours and 34 minutes on the S24, and the Pixel has now just kicked on the power saver mode, which I will turn off. Am I disappointed? Absolutely not. But more than anything, I'm very impressed with Edge. This is absolutely usable. You know, I think Pixel compensates their lack of efficiency with a larger cell. So this is quite thick, man. And it's like about the same, similar weight to the ZFold 7, which is bizarre. Okay, I'm not a Geekbench type of guy. I did that test once and it was the most boring thing I've ever done. So I decided to never do that again. But when it comes to the Tensor G5, it's one of the things that most people talk about. Tensor G5 shouldn't be flagship price. And I've put them in order of single core speed. If you don't know, single core is very, very important. If you look at the Pixel 9 compared to the Pixel 10, there is a pretty substantial jump. The Pixel 9 last year could barely run this game at 20 frames per second. The Pixel 10 is actually playable now, but the iPhone 13 mini sustained a higher FPS, which is pretty sad. But Pixel buyers aren't gamers. This was just to see the actual real-world improvement. Then I took the Pixel out to see if they fixed the portrait photo shutter lag it had last year. Okay, whoa, you can actually tell the Pixel 10 is much brighter. Ready? And I'm gonna fire away. Oh, look, Pixel 9 has stopped and the Pixel 10 is still going. Nah, they're both freaking shit. Let's actually have a look at the Galaxy phone, same thing, okay? Bro, it's even faster than the iPhone. Yep. Took 7 million portraits. Like, dude. All right, so whilst we're on the topic of performance, so far I've had no hiccups or moments where I'm like, oh, this bloody slow ass Tensor chip. I was kind of hoping to, so I can film it and be like, haha, Tensor chip sucks. But not really. Like, it's fine for day-to-day use, social media, browsing, taking photos even, and even playing games now isn't too bad. But you can't deny they did put a pretty mid chip in here where it needs a whopping extra 1000 milliamp hours to keep up with a thin ass phone with a tiny battery. Do you know what I mean? Just because the Tensor chip isn't efficient enough. In saying that, battery life is totally fine. Like, it's 6 hours plus. That's actually pretty good for a 6.3-inch device. The thing that draws most people to the Google Pixel, including myself, is the fact that this Pixel has its own identity. Similar to iPhone and iOS. The software on this guy, mixed with the hardware and haptics, just feels so much better to use than every other Android phone. Trust me, I've used a lot of Android phones. This feels better. But feeling good and having good vibes and its own identity isn't good enough for me to throw away the ZFold 7, for example. And so in my mind, I thought all tech heads in the Android space would never switch from like a Galaxy Ultra phone to a Pixel. But I have a friend who did just that. So I wanted to get into his head to see why. We just spoke for like the past 1 hour and I didn't record any of it. I'm an absolute, but lucky I checked, you see,
Luckily
from
you checked.
experience. If you didn't know, this guy is my mate who came and visited me in the portal. Small Android phone is the best.
I think you forgot one, Sam.
What's this? Oh, Pixel 9. Ah, shit. And at the time, what phone were you using?
I was rocking a Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra.
And what are you rocking now?
I'm rocking a Pixel 9 XL Pro.
Why would you switch? It seems like a downgrade, no?
Not really. Google doesn't have all that extra bloatware that a Samsung phone does.
What about the performance?
Realistically, and using it, there is a negligible difference.
All of that stuff that they did to kind of entice the iPhone users, because I am also an iPhone user,
Yeah.
this is very appealing.
It's the vibe.
I want Android, but I want iPhone. And this kind of like, it's like...
It kind of skirts the line of both of them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whereas Samsung is just
It's
like...
its own thing.
Yeah, it's like, oh,
It's its own beast.
Let's go crazy.
Yeah.
Here's my final verdict in a big-ass nutshell. The Pixel 10 Pro is iterative, but it's still an amazing experience, especially for those who aren't too technical. The screen call feature is among the best that made me enjoy getting spam calls. I try and see how long I can keep the spam caller speaking with my Pixel's AI. Add Me camera feature is the best, and there's nothing like it out there. Oh, didn't work. Oh, it works. It actually looks like we're looking at each other. Magic Cue popping up during phone calls to help you understand the context by opening up previous messages with that person. It's definitely the smartest phone in the room.
Which Beatle was the youngest? This one's for the Beatles fans. There's George Harrison. He was the youngest
George
member
Harrison.
of the Beatles.
Cameras are solid and super consistent. Here's why my SIM card is going back into the ZFold 7. First of all, it's practically the same weight and it's the same thickness, look at it. And then it opens up into an 8-inch display, and now look at the thickness. Look at that, bro. This is thinner than the camera bump. That's insane. Even though I genuinely think this is the prettiest, absolutely most beautiful Android phone ever made, I just miss the good luck gesture shortcuts so bad. If I just pull hard this way, it turns on auto rotation on. Instead of go, instead of doing that, you just go whoop. That is freaking cool. If I pull down hard this way, I open X. If I pull down this way, I got my notifications. Now if I pull down this way, I've got my quick settings. Oh man, this table wobble, bro. That's the one thing this Pixel has. Okay, let me just, absolutely zero. But yeah, I say all this, and I will jump to the iPhone 17 Air the second it drops in 2 weeks. Oh. Bruh, how freaking crazy is that? No. Wait, I can walk on this? Nah, I shouldn't. No.